unto you for the We welcome the Chancellor's procession to the graduation square for the 31st graduation of Uganda Martyrs University. I will now ask the DJ to lead us with the anthems: National, East African, Buganda, and Umu.
Yeah.
I now request the chaplain to come forward and lead us in the opening prayer.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Heavenly Father, we gather here today to celebrate the 31st graduation ceremony. We thank you for the achievements of all our graduating students. They have worked hard to reach this milestone. Fill them with joy and gratitude for the journey they have undertaken. Grant them wisdom to navigate the future, courage to pursue their dreams, and compassion to serve others. May their accomplishments be a testament to your goodness and love. Bless those who have assisted them in various ways, their parents and guardians, the teaching and support staff of the university at various campuses, and the people in the communities where the campuses are located. Bless the entire university community. Make it prosper with wisdom, innovation, and commitment to excellence. As we begin this ceremony, we seek your blessing and guidance. May this celebration be joyful, memorable, and a testament to the love you have for us. We make this prayer through Christ our Lord. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy kingdom done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God. Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit. The Uganda Martyrs, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Let's keep standing, please. I'd like to request the Vice Chancellor to invite the Chancellor to constitute this assembly into the 31st congregation of Uganda Martyrs University.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I invite you to constitute this assembly into the 31st congregation of Uganda Martyrs University. Thank you, my Lord.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I constitute this assembly into the 31st congregation of Uganda Martyrs University.
Thank you, Chancellor. We can now take our seats. Our guest of honor, Mrs. Gloria Evelyn Byamjisha, a very distinguished alumna of Uganda Martyrs University. The patron of Uganda Martyrs University, the Most Reverend Paul Semogerere, Archbishop of Kampala. Your Lordship, the Chancellor of Uganda Martyrs University, the Right Reverend Joseph Anthony Ziwa, Bishop of Kiyinda Mityana Diocese. Your Grace Lambert Bainomdsha, Archbishop of Mbarara Archdiocese. Your Lordship, the Right Reverend Joseph Echiru, Chairperson of Uganda Martyrs University Governing Council. Your Lordship, the Right Reverend Vincent Kirabo, Bishop of Hoima Diocese. The Vice Chancellor, Professor Patrick Edwin Chamanywa. The Deputy Vice Chancellor, Reverend Dr. Christopher Mukidi. The Academic Registrar, Reverend Dr. Joseph Kisoga. Members of the University Governing Council and members of Uganda Martyrs University Management. Directors of Uganda Martyrs University campuses and principals of affiliate institutions. Distinguished guests, government representatives, security personnel, staff of Uganda Martyrs University, alumni, parents, guardians, and friends of Uganda Martyrs University. And most especially, our radiant graduates, the stars of today's celebration. To all who are physically present and those joining us via radio, television, and online platforms, welcome to this historic moment. Today, 18th of October 2025, Uganda Martyrs University celebrates her 31st graduation ceremony, a moment of joy, reflection, and thanksgiving. It is a day when sacrifice meets success, and when the seeds of learning blossom into the fruits of achievement. Briefly, this is the program we are going to follow. This graduation ceremony will unfold in two parts. We shall listen, part one, we shall listen to 3 keynote addresses. First, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Patrick Chamanywa, will address the 31st congregation. He will then invite the Chancellor to address this congregation. Finally, the Chancellor will invite our guest of honor, Mrs. Gloria Evelyn Byamjisha, the Group Chief Human Resource Officer at the Dangote Cement PLC. This segment will conclude with a recognition of outstanding graduates in various fields of study. The second and last part, we shall proceed to the conferment of academic degrees, PhDs, masters, and bachelors, followed by the award of diplomas and certificates to all graduates, each according to merit and effort. This is a day of harvest and rejoicing, a day to honor your journey and to celebrate your future. We'd like to extend heartfelt thanks to all media houses, radio, television, print, and digital, for your presence and coverage. Kindly remain at your designated spots to ensure order and preserve the dignity of this occasion. We also celebrate our sign language interpreters, students and graduates of Uganda Martyrs University program in inclusive deaf education, that is in the Faculty of Education. These make this ceremony accessible to all. Your work embodies the spirit of inclusion and care. To our graduates, once your award is announced, please remain with us until the end. Let us honor this moment together as one community. Let us celebrate, take photos afterwards, and carry forward the joy of this day with grace and gratitude. Guiding today's ceremony is a dedicated team of Masters of Ceremony. We have Dr. Frederick Sally, a lecturer in the Faculty of Science. Thank you for your service, Dr. Sally. Ms. Stella Nambasa, chairperson of UMUSU and student in the Faculty of Business Administration and Management. And finally, myself, Peter Safari, Dean of the School of Arts and Social Sciences. It is now my very pleasant honor and privilege to invite the Vice Chancellor, Professor Patrick Chamanywa, to address the 31st congregation of Uganda Martyrs University. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome Professor Chamanywa.
Thank you very much, our Director of Proceedings, Father Safari. Our guest of honor, Mrs. Gloria Evelyn Byamgisha, the Group Chief Human Resources Officer at Dangote Refinery, and an alumna of Uganda Martyrs University in the class of 1998 in BAM. Your Eminence, Cardinal Wamala, he's in transit, yet to arrive. Our patron and Archbishop of Kampala Archdiocese, Your Grace Paul Semogerere, the Chancellor and Bishop Kiyinda Diocese, Your Lordship Anthony Joseph Ziwa, the Chairman Council and Bishop of Soroti Diocese, Your Lordship Joseph Echiru Oliach, the Executive Secretary of the Uganda Episcopal Conference, Monsignor John Baptist Kauta, Your Excellencies and Eminences, members of the University Council here present, former Vice Chancellors who have already tendered their apologies due to other pressing needs and are unable to be here in person, members of senior management and Senate, cabinet ministers, members of parliament, and representatives of the local governments and local council leaders here present, representative of the Executive Secretary of the Inter-University Council of East Africa, the Executive Director of the National Council for Higher Education, Vice Chancellors and representatives of sister universities. I'm told Nkumba is represented here. Can we see the registrar? Stand up. You are very welcome. And I'm also told that Professor Okiria is here to represent the Vice Chancellor of Clark International University. You are also very welcome. And other fellow Vice Chancellors that I'm yet to see here. Our dear donors, partners, and friends of Uganda Martyrs University, including the Directorate of the Higher Education Students Financing Board that gives us students on scholarship, the MasterCard Reform Foundation project that has given us this year 16 fully funded students and will continue for the next 10 years. And this number will grow. The president of the Uganda Martyrs University Alumni Association and the alumni here present, fellow staff, dear parents and benefactors, the Students' Union leadership, headed by His Excellency Horace Asha Asimwe, our graduates of the day, students, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and members of the press, you are most welcome and good day to you all. This is our 31st graduation ceremony, and we are running this graduation under the theme, Innovation for Socio-Economic Transformation through Science, Technology, and Enterprise. As you all know, my speech is always the State of the Nation address for Uganda Matters. So it's a little longer than all the other speeches. But it's your moment to get an accountability from the Vice Chancellor on how the university is running and where it will go. But permit me now to first ask the Director of Proceedings to go and welcome the Cardinal, who has just arrived. I've been prompted here. Thank you all for honoring our invitation to be here today. I will now give you an overview of the achievements in the last year. In addition to celebration of academic achievements today, in today's graduation, we are also having many other special reasons to celebrate. Today marks 32 years since this university opened its gates on the 18th of October 1993. We glorify and praise the Lord for all the favors He has bestowed on UMU through the years, and the Holy Uganda Martyrs who continue to intercede for us. In a special way, we celebrate the presence of our Cardinal Wamala, under whom this mighty university opened its doors, and after whom our auditorium, which has been recommissioned and will be recommissioned today, is named. We thank the Lord for the gift of His long life and health, and may He continue to be our inspiration. Today, we have another reason to celebrate as a university. We are graduating 5 PhDs today. And 2,399 other graduates will be joining our list of alumni today. This is a sign of growth in our contribution to the global workforce and socio-economic transformation. We congratulate and thank the graduates for persevering through the hard academic times and the supervisors who have successfully guided them. Most sincere appreciation to the parents, benefactors, Government of Uganda, and all partners that have in one way or another supported the graduates and the university through this journey. Allow me to make a special recognition of Floribert Ndivito Shimba. He can stand up for recognition. He is joining a historic litany of the Shimba family who have graduated from UMU since 2011. He is now the 7th in the family to be graduating here. He will receive a master's in diplomacy and international studies. This family has really trusted this university, and it joins another family of Mr. Vincent Senyonjo, who have graduated 6 of their children through this university. That is a sign of loyalty and trust. We thank you and welcome others to emulate. Furthermore, with the current enrollment of 6,500 students, UMU has witnessed its biggest ever student population, from only 84 students in 1993. This year we are faced with a good challenge, and that is the shortage of student accommodation. This is a good challenge, and so I invite the investors to tap into this business opportunity. I take this opportunity to thank Ruforum, Fawe, Hesford, State House, and all those that continue to sponsor students to join UMU. We thank you for endorsing us as worthy partners in developing Uganda's youth and human capital. I wish to make special recognition of some of the graduates today for their great contributions to the university in the last year. First, I would like to ask Ms. Sarwa Kusima Chaligonza, Bachelor's of Science in IT, to stand up for recognition. Where is she? Okay, she's... She designed our online voting system that proved to be very efficient in the recently concluded student union elections. I wish we could encourage the Electoral Commission to go digital in the next elections, and that would offer her an employment opportunity too. Thank you for contributing to that. As you also know, Uganda Martyrs University is a 3-time winner and defending champion for the Uganda University Football League and the East African Inter-University Football Competitions. I would like to thank the football team and the 4 members who are graduating today from that team for having led us to that victory. This is Francis Ogwang, diploma in IT, in IT, Patrick Mutebi, Tone Kikonyogo, journalism and mass communication. We thank you for the great talent, and we continue to ask you to inspire more of your kind to join this university. I also thank and recognize our former UMUSU president, who is receiving his Bachelor of Laws today, His Excellency Kenneth Muhumza. We congratulate you on your achievements. Our guest of honor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in February this year, the University Council was reconstituted and is under the leadership of His Lordship, the Bishop of Soroti Catholic Diocese, Right Reverend Dr. Joseph Echiru Oliach. Importantly, we now have 2 representatives of the alumni on council, which is also an improvement, an affirmation of how close we want our alumni to be to their alma mater. No wonder our guest of honor today is an alumna. Your Grace, you are very welcome to join us. We recognize the arrival of the Archbishop of Kampala Archdiocese and our patron of the university. Your Grace, you're very welcome. Please, may I also invite the President of the UMUA, Mr. Stephen Alinaitwe, and your executive to stand up for recognition. We thank the alumni because they are a very great pillar of any university. Thank you for the great support, and may we all love this university. I also would like to invite the Chair of Council and the members of Council to stand up for recognition, please. Yes, those are my bosses. Please welcome them. I take this opportunity once more to warmly welcome the new members of staff that have joined UMU, Associate Professor Martin Rwanga in Faculty of BAM, Dr. Alex Okot, former council member and now director of Ngeta Campus, Engineer Gladys Ayotaru, our director of estates, Ms. Jane Ndibarekera, the head of public relations and marketing, Dr. Geoffrey Okot, Dr. Anchila Mary Banegura, Brother Dr. Anthony Chiwanuka, Sister Dr. Rose Chaligonza, Mr. Conrad Kuzoka, all members of staff, academic, and our head cook, Mr. Polycarp Ochan. Welcome to this great family, and we look forward to your services. We thank those who have left us for their contribution and wish them success in their new undertakings. As any university, we are engaging in teaching, learning, research, and community engagement. On the research and grants, we've won several grants now to a tune of about $600,000 in the last 1 year, but that is yet to reach the million mark. A university worthy the name should be able to attract more than $1 million of grants in a 12-month cycle. So we still have work to do, but we've come very well so far. Our aspirations to help position UMU in the 21st century. As we position ourselves to remain relevant to our stakeholders in this 21st century, our theme today gains even more relevance. However, what makes us lose sleep are the following questions. What does success for UMU look like? What would make one want to be part of UMU? Those two questions make us lose sleep every day. And we invite you to guide us, advise us, and help us in this journey. Guest of honor, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot ignore the rapidly growing impact of digital technology on our lives, and as such, Uganda Martyrs University has, as one of its 5 strategic goals, the mainstreaming of ICT in all academic and administrative processes. I'm happy to report that this year, in January, we increased our internet bandwidth to 500 Mbps, up from 160, and more is yet to be done. These speeds are very important for us to digitalize. However, it is in no way sufficient, and so we call for support to achieve at least 1,000 Mbps and to enhance the infrastructure at all the 6 campuses across this country. We aim at developing ICT labs to start with at least 100 computers in each of the labs at each of the campuses, in addition to helping the students acquire their own gadgets through the mechanisms already set by the university. These facilities will also be accessible to the youth in the communities because our campuses remain open to the community. We believe that every UMU student, staff, graduate, and youth in the communities should be active digital citizens, and that digital literacy is now a non-negotiable requirement in the job market. Therefore, a computer is no longer for the rich and privileged, but a basic requirement, just like a pencil for a primary kid or nursery crayon. We are grateful to our partners, especially RENU, Centenary Bank, the Uganda Communications Commission, and all who continue to offer support in setting up the infrastructure, acquiring hardware and software, and skilling the users. As we continue to bridge the digital and prepare our students to be active digital citizens, I'm happy to report that UMU is on EduRoam. EduRoam is a global internet access service, and therefore our students and staff do not have to look for the IT manager when they travel to Europe, South Africa, and wherever. Because as long as you are in a big city or near a university, you are automatically connected to the Wi-Fi. So the barrier of Wi-Fi password has now been overcome. In keeping with our theme of the day and to continue our relevance in national and government agenda, Uganda Martyrs University seeks to expand its niche beyond our core niche, which has been and continues to be governance, ethics, and business, to engineering and mathematics. In so doing, we have embarked on giving a home to the sciences by constructing a multi-purpose science and innovation complex here at Nkozi. This effort will soon be unveiled to you by our guest of honor today. I humbly call upon your support as we embark on setting up this world-class science and innovation complex. And when called upon, please give generously and link us to your generous friends. Beyond academics, aims at developing the whole person, point us to the potential investors and partners willing to work with us in achieving this strategic project. Secondly, has over 300 acres of farmland and is only 85 kilometers out of the capital city and not far from the airport. This offers a unique opportunity for agricultural business, targeting local and international markets. We are looking and inviting partners to invest with us in areas of poultry, dairy farming, piggery, and high-value crops. I thank the Coffee Authority, now under my IF, for supporting us to plant 5 acres of coffee. We can do more. I therefore reach out to you to build those bridges to these potential partners willing to invest in these endeavors. Our dear guest of honor, I humbly invite you to be our champion in resource mobilization towards these great ambitions for the university. The projects will help drive the university's mission, diversify the university's income streams, drive job creation along the different value chains, and transform livelihoods of the served communities. In so doing, this university will become the choice and not an optional university. All that said, I now would like to move the focus to the graduates, our reason to be today. Dear graduates, congratulations on getting to this day. I am confident that you have grown in character, in competence, and confidence during your stay at Uganda Martyrs University, and that you will be creative problem solvers out there. However, if you were to remember only one thing from your time at this university, please let that be our motto: Virtute et sapientia duc mundum. With virtue and wisdom lead the world. Proved to have the intelligence. The task ahead, and in accordance with our motto, is to go out and lead with virtue and wisdom as you apply the knowledge. The biggest scarcity today is of virtue and wisdom. Integrity is the single most important thread that runs through every aspect of a truly successful human being. Let not the desire for quick wealth and power force you to abandon your values, for it is all vanity. We are reminded in Matthew 16:26, "For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and forfeits his soul?" Let not the worldly desires lead you astray. Quoting Clayton Christensen, a big author on innovation, open quotes, remember, just because you have feathers doesn't mean you can fly. End of quotation. In other words, chicken have feathers, and the bats don't have feathers, but they are very fast flyers. Therefore, although celebrating academic success is important, the world out there is not so moved by that, but rather by the translation of that excellence to a sellable product or service to solve a problem. The world is looking for innovative problem solvers and job creators, not problem causers and job seekers. So go out and identify at least one problem people want solved, offer a solution, and in whatever you commit to, never do less than your best. Be lifelong learners, dream big, and be daring and bold. Stretch your up and create a circle of friends who share your dreams and values. When you read the series of Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, in one of his books, he says, your income tends to be equal to the average income of your 5 closest friends.
You are great. You are great. You are great. You are great. Oh, you are great. You are. You are great. Oh, yeah, yeah. You are great. Say you are great. You are. You are great. Worship you today. You are great. Everything. Everything about you is great.
Our Father, Lord, our God, in your wisdom and love, you surround us with the trees of the universe. In times long past, you sent us your prophets to teach your laws and to bear witness to your undying love You sent us your Son to teach us by word and example that true wisdom comes from you alone. Send your Spirit upon these students in this your university, the lecturers and teachers, and fill them with your wisdom and blessings, that during their stay of study they may devote themselves in their studies and share what they have learned from others. Look with favor on your servants who use the technology discovered by long research. Enable them to communicate truth to let them promote and support that peace between peoples which Christ the Lord brought from heaven, for he lives and reigns with you forever and ever. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Come. They are here. So His Eminence the Cardinal has just blessed the renovated Cardinal Wamala Auditorium, and we are taking him inside the auditorium for a picture, and then we come back. Let us all thank him for the wonderful service. inside. Inside. Say something. It can't be, but if you stand outside, then
sazewo ningali n'ekicamu ku mutwe yesu nkwagalira ddala eby'ensi byonna mbirabye tebikusinga yesu abantu bakwagala leero enkyane bakukyawa naye ate gwe mukwano gwo tegugwa kulokya Yesu ndiwo
so the blessing of Cardinal Wamala auditorium is done. Chancellor accompanying him are coming back to the platform. Once again, we thank His Eminence Emmanuel Cardinal Wamala for this wonderful service. Let us thank him with a round of applause.
I bow before your throne. Glorious God, beautiful King, excellent God, I bow before your throne. Glorious, beautiful King, excellent God, I bow before your throne. Glorious, beautiful, excellent.
The band, thank you very much. We are going to continue, please. Continue, please. The director, Joel Senyimba, please. Can we pause the band? Joel Senyimba, please. The director of the band, kindly put it to a halt. So once again, let us thank His Eminence Emmanuel Cardinal Wamala. He has finished that important service of blessing the newly renovated Cardinal Wamala Auditorium. Let's give him a round of applause. He cannot be here with us. He's frail and he has to go back to Kampala. We thank him for that sacrifice. I'd like now to invite the Vice Chancellor to come forward and invite the Chancellor to give his address. Professor Chamanya, please.
My Lord, Chancellor, it's now my single honor to invite you to address the 31st congregation of Uganda Martyrs University. Thank you, Your Lord.
Our guest of honor, Ms. Gloria Evelyn Byamgisha, the Group Chief Human Resource Officer with Dangote Cement, the Chairman and members of the University Council, Cardinal Wamala, who is still on the campus, Archbishops and Bishops of the Uganda Episcopal Conference, government representatives, civil and cultural leaders, the Vice Chancellor, the management, staff, teaching and non-teaching, parents, guardians, and all partners with Uganda Martyrs University, dear graduates and the student community. I'm happy to be with you this morning on this 31st graduation of students from our university. Allow me to begin with words of appreciation. I want to thank the University Council, presided by Bishop Dr. Joseph Echiru, and members for your support for the well-being of Uganda Martyrs University. I sincerely appreciate the management led by the Vice Chancellor, Professor Patrick Edwin Chamanywa, the Senate, the esteemed faculty, and non-academic staff for all support that you give to our students, and in particular today, the graduates who have reached this milestone. Thank you for being committed to your service. Dear parents, guardians, relatives and friends, thank you for the financial, moral and other kinds of support you render or you have rendered to the graduates. Once again, to the guest of honor, Mrs. Gloria Evelyn Byamgisha, thank you for accepting and to honor our invitation to you to be at this function. And when we recall that you are a former student in this place, we rightly use the words that welcome home at Nkozi. Dear graduates, we are here today because of you. Thank you for your resiliently making it. And my words will be mainly addressed to you, but also those who will be listening will have something to pick. The Vice Chancellor excused himself that he's the CEO of this place, and he gives a well-packed speech because of his duties. On my part, I say I address this congregation only once a year. It is with great joy and gratitude that I join the fraternity of Uganda Martyrs University today to celebrate this significant milestone in your academic journey here at Nkozi and other branches. In the history of Uganda, the church in Uganda, we recall that on the 18th October 1964, that was when Pope Paul VI, now saint, canonized the 22 Uganda martyrs. So today is an important day in the history of the church in Uganda. And while we are here on this day, I think I can rightly say happy feast day to all of us because of the Uganda Martyrs who were canonized on this day. Today we recall 61 years since the canonization of the Uganda Martyrs. Uganda Martyrs University has chosen for this graduation to reflect on the theme, I quote, innovation for social economic transformation through science, technology, and enterprise. This is a vital call and a very important one. Basing myself on a religious point of view, when I look at this theme, I would like to give what the look can be from a religious point of view. So my contribution to this theme, you may call it an analysis or development. I want to develop it on 4 pillars. 1, embracing innovation for transformation. 2, faith and integrity in leadership. 3, entrepreneurship and job creation. 4th, the moral and ethical dimension of innovation. Then I shall give a very 1, embracing innovation for transformation. In the Bible, in the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 26 to 28, we read that God created us in his image and entrusted us with stewardship over his creation. This divine endorsement calls us to be innovative, creative, and responsible stewards of the earth. Innovation is an act of faith. Recognize each new discovery and enterprise can be a channel of God's blessing to society. Nevertheless, in the parable of talents, which we find the Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 25, from verse 14 to 30, Jesus reminds us that we are called upon to use the gifts entrusted to us, our talents, knowledge, and abilities, to serve others and foster development. Dear graduates, your education equips you with these gifts. Now it is your duty to deploy them for the benefit of society, especially the vulnerable and marginalized people. Please leverage science, technology, and enterprise to drive socio-economic transformation. In the Second Vatican Council, in the document entitled Gaudium et Spes, reminds the Church to engage fully in the modern world, to address its joys and hopes, its challenges and struggles. Authentic human development is rooted in the dignity of the person and the promotion of the common good. Therefore, innovation and science are not ends in themselves, but means to uplift human dignity and the common good. Innovation must address societal challenges such as poverty, disease, and inequality. As Pope Paul VI at that time, now saint, said in his encyclical entitled Populorum Progressio, in English, the development of peoples, development must be comprehensive, addressing economic, social, cultural, and spiritual dimensions. We are urged to pursue development rooted in justice, solidarity, and love. Nonetheless, the late Pope Francis, in his encyclical Laudato Si, 10 years ago, he explores the urgency of caring for our common home, the earth. We are challenged to innovate environmentally sustainable solutions that harmonize with our faith and respect creation. As graduates, you are called upon to pioneer technologies and enterprises that not only advance economic growth, but also protect our environment for future generations. Therefore, our graduation theme resonates the opportunity provided in this Jubilee year 2005, which we also know as the Year of Hope, to reflect on the role of innovation in promoting hope and transformation. In the spirit of hope and renewal, we embrace innovation and technology in order to produce a more just and equitable society. Dear graduates, through social innovation, turn despair into hope by addressing deeply rooted social and environmental issues, providing long-term community-driven solutions that empower people to take control of their future. My second point is faith and integrity in leadership. Dear graduates, we are sending you out to the world as ambassadors of Uganda Martyrs University. In biblical terms, you are the light of the world, as it is given in the Gospel according to Matthew chapter 4, verse 14. Please uphold faith, integrity, compassion in your personal and professional lives. You are ambassadors of change, upholding integrity, good work attitudes, and strong values. The values you have acquired from Uganda Martyrs University have shaped you into leaders who can make a positive impact on society. Utilize these values, skills, and knowledge to transform your communities in the world. Uganda Martyrs University is committed to community engagement and practical skills development. Therefore, use your knowledge and skills to serve others, particularly the marginalized and vulnerable people. Pope Francis, in his encyclical Fratelli Tutti, on fraternity and social friendship, Pope Francis advocates for fraternity, social friendship, and the common good. Innovation must serve humanity universally, bridging divides, reducing inequality, and promoting social cohesion. Hence, be agents of positive change in your communities. My third point is on entrepreneurship and job creation. Dear graduates, you have been shaped into innovators, therefore job creators, not job seekers. Be proactive. In Uganda and across Africa, youthful world problems. It is also important to build trust and partnerships between government, academia, and business to drive transformation. At the global level, tap into international networks and opportunities to advance your and contribute to national development. Also explore the potential of harnessing diaspora capital, skills, and mentorship to drive development. Lastly, my fourth point is on the moral and the ethical dimension of innovation. While science and technology afford immense possibilities, they also carry ethical responsibilities. Saint John Paul II, in his encyclical Veritatis Splendor, cautions us that moral truth must guide our application of knowledge. Innovation without morality risks harm, exploitation, and destruction. Allow me to repeat this sentence. Pope John Paul II, now a saint, in his encyclical Veritatis Splendor, cautions us, and this is what I want to repeat, that moral truth must guide our application of knowledge. Innovation without morality risks harm, exploitation, and destruction. As innovators, you are called upon to ensure that your enterprises uphold human dignity, promote justice, and serve the common good. Your faith must inspire transparency, integrity, and compassion in all your endeavors. As I conclude, I call upon you to action. Please, graduates, be courageous pioneers of change. Embrace innovation not merely as a means to personal success, but as a vocation rooted in faith. Be agents of social and economic transformation that uplifts the marginalized, protects our environment, and fosters lasting peace. With faith, determination, and the knowledge you have acquired here, you are equipped to make a meaningful difference. Stay focused, work hard, and never give up on your dreams. Once again, congratulations on your graduation. Congratulations upon this milestone achievement. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Your Lordship, the Chancellor. We are truly grateful for your words of wisdom. Ladies and gentlemen, I think he deserves another round of applause. We thank you, dear Chancellor. Before we proceed, may I request the following students to please come and perform a certain function. As you very well know, at UMU we are deaf inclusive, and we have people who are helping us communicate to our brothers and sisters who are differently abled. So Marvin Regan and Deo Semanda from the Baide, could you please come forward? We want you to play some function. Thank you. We are honored today to be with Professor John Mujisha, the Vice Chancellor, Bishop Stewart University, a former UMU staff. You're welcome home, Professor, and thank you for being with us. Dear graduates, we want to thank you for keeping time. Those of you kept the time. And those of you who are taking your seats, please, we want to request that we remain a little calm. The time for excitement is coming. Let's reserve that energy. Yeah, it is coming. The moment is coming. Please hold your fire. Please hold your fire. Thank you. May I now invite the Vice Chancellor, who in turn will invite the Chancellor, and the Chancellor will invite for us the guest of honor to deliver her address. Thank you. Vice Chancellor, sir.
My Lord Bishop, the Chancellor, it is now the moment for the guest of honor to address the congregation, and I take this singular honor and pleasure to invite you to invite the guest of honor to address us. Thank you very much.
Our dear guest of honor, Mrs. Gloria Evelyn Biamgisha, thank you very much for honoring this invitation, and at this particular moment I can
His Eminence Cardinal Wamala, Emmanuel, Cardinal Wamala, Emmanuel, His Grace, dear forever. We thank the bishops about 35 years, a vote of no confidence in his government. We overthrew it, but the relationship continued to take place. So I really needed to tell you that when you're at campus, Uganda Martyrs University offers a very rounded environment. I do remember my first fight with him. We used to go to chapel every day. And that day, I looked around. I didn't see my Mr. Lovable. You did not come for chapel. I said, Gloria, does that matter? Of course it does matter. That was our first fight. But then it bonded us into husband and wife. Today, we have been married 25 years, blessed with 3 children. Thank you, Omo. So, allow me now to draw you back 27 years ago. I was seated right where you're seated. The only difference is that in our cohort, I think we're about 210. This gathering is 2,000 plus. We only had 2 disciplines, BAM and of course ethics and developmental studies. When we graduated, we had nerves, just like you are feeling right now. We're excited, we're quite few, but that bond was solid. At that particular moment in time, Centenary Bank was coming into play. And of course, the possibilities of employment from Uganda Martyrs University to Centenary Bank were very immense. And many of us were absorbed into the banking world, others into government, but some of us decided to go outside the continent and explore other possibilities. And I must thank Uganda Martyrs University because the values instituted in us were so eminent. I need now to go into my speech. I must put a disclaimer. Everything I'm telling you today is based on my experience. And when I say my experience, that means you can't question my experience. I would like to draw you back in memory. 7 years ago, the world was hit by a pandemic. We all know what happened during COVID time. God Almighty reminded us that this world actually belongs to Him. There was a standstill in economies, in countries, in families, in everything that we did. But something came up, ladies and gentlemen. We did discover that there were few necessities in this world. The first one was food. The next one was shelter. The next one was medical. Especially in East Africa, that if you want to grow in sport, Uganda Martyrs University. The other part is the world is moving into sustainability. I'm sure you all know there is a buzz called sustainability. The Lord Bishop mentioned something around humanity. The world is slow and is lacking humanity. Uganda Martyrs University, why don't we be the anchors of sustainability? Why? Of humanity. And because green should be the center of excellence in terms of grooming true leaders. So to Umu, I plead with you, why don't we create a balance around education? And by doing so, we will addressing issues in the world today which happen to be two examples. My group president, Mr. Aliko, started in a university. He set up a conglomerate which happens to be the biggest conglomerate across Africa, with sugar, salt, fertilizer, oil, cement, ports, trucks, to solve the world problems. If the knowledge he acquired at campus, he never utilized it to solve solutions, today he will not be an institution. I would like to take you to Ghana as well. The West, if I'm not wrong, man in Ghana, Dr. Joseph Rapang. Do you know how he made his money? He looked at her and he said, wow, there's so much rubbish in this place. He decided to collect rubbish, literally just collect rubbish. In fact, some of them still call him the garbage man. But guess what? Money does not know where you pick it from rubbish, from industries, from the world, anywhere. Money is money. Please, do not ignore jobs. Remember what I told you? The world is looking for solutions. The next part, ladies and gentlemen, is around the notion. Success and failure, if both are not managed well, they produce the same results. When you're too managed well, they produce the same results. When you're too successful, you become complacent. When you're too successful, you become arrogant. When you're too successful, you become proud. When you're too successful, you think you're God's gift to the world. On the other side, when you fail, you feel lazy, ashamed, complex, and anger. Those two sides, if they're not managed well, they will all lead to failure. But I urge you, don't be afraid of your scars. Don't be afraid of failing. Don't be afraid of trying. Don't be afraid of challenging the status quo, because a culmination of all that I'm telling you is what success is. The next part, ladies and gentlemen, is around exposure as the X factor. I need to tell you something which I got to learn. Your mother is not the best cook. Your dad does not have the best muscles. When you travel the world, you will actually sit in awe and wonder. Please expose yourselves. The world is bigger, more beautiful, bolder, wonderful, and of course, it gives much more than your motherland, than your mother community has given you. Personally, I have spent an average, I was just counting it last night, of about 1 month professionally in 21 countries. Still counting. If you don't go outside your normal area, trust me, ladies and gentlemen, your view to life will be very myopic. I need to address the next point, and this is where I really need you to listen. The issue around social media. We are into an era of technology. We're into an era of AI. We are into an era of machine learning. Ladies and gentlemen, social media is amazing, but it's a stab in the back. And the reason I vowed to talk about it is because you have me. You have people like me that have seen the trend of this world, and we need to warn you. Less than 10 years ago, the bigger countries devised means of tapping into our lives. There is a war, and that war is based on algorithms around the digital platforms. Are you on Twitter? Are you on X? Are you on Facebook? Are you on LinkedIn? Are you on Instagram? Whatever it is, Snapchat, there is a big brother watching. It is called the digital footprint. When you erase it, you don't erase it, because there are those systems that have captured it. Many of our brothers and sisters, our children, have fallen into this trap. When you like, you have created an alliance. When you do a hashtag, you have created a community. It is you will have deterred your future. What am I telling you today? Be careful, beware, because your privacy, your rights that you call your rights, could be a detriment to your future. You can't say, I didn't warn you. As I close in, ladies and gentlemen, I pray that you be a very, very good citizen. Once a time, I asked a very senior man as I was growing up, I said, what do I do to excel in life? And he says, Gloria, be a good human being. In that field, there is no competition, and yet the demand is very high. And this is what Uganda Martyrs University teaches us. And I need to tell you one of my favorite stories. Those who have had me, I talk about it every time. So many years ago, I met the gentleman called Neil Armstrong of blessed memory. Neil Armstrong is the guy that went first to the moon. I didn't meet him because I wanted to, but I was working for a telecommunications firm, Zane, that brought him to address its leaders. And we asked Neil this question and said, Neil, how do we beat competition? How do we sustain ourselves? And Neil told us. We were expecting him to tell us, build more base stations, but he told us, the organization that is going to lead the world in the next forever years will be anchored on relationships. But ladies and gentlemen, he said, you cannot have relationships unless if people trust you. And people will never trust you unless if you have the same values. What is the message I'm telling you? The relationships you've created in this place, you share values, you trust each other, guard them jealously. Because do you know what I see in this? I see future presidents. I see UN executives. I see IMF government officials. I see leaders, conglomerates. I see the jury that is going to change the direction of this continent. Please guard your relationships so well. What are my parting words to you? I will tell you, with all due honesty and with all due love, please have the courage. The courage to explore, the courage to move on, the courage to be, courage to venture. Have the courage to do things differently. Have the courage to challenge the status quo. And if you get an opportunity to lead, I beg you, lead with empathy. Lead with wisdom. lead with virtues, lead with values, and indeed, virtute et sapientia duc mundum. It was a pleasure addressing you.
We request Mr. Derek from Fobe to come join us here to have an explanation first for the Uganda Martyrs University Science Innovation Hub, and thereafter we shall have our guest of honor. To come here and have a small address to us, then we shall later on invite the guest of honor.
Good morning, everyone. God, guest of honor, Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, all protocol observed. As students, you're all welcome. Now, to our project, Umu proposes to have a university science hub that will be a hub for community, and through this project, immediately after the guest of honor, who has actually showed that sustainability is the new way of thinking. This project shows is a display of all levels of sustainability, in a sense that it shows integration. It also shows of our teaching. It also promises the future of interdisciplinary integration, and we hope that you welcome it. I submit. Thank you.
Thank you very much for those comments. The people who are behind this design are the faculty of the built environment at Uganda Martyrs University. It only reflects that we trust the products of the university. We are confident they are going out and will do the work. You will all know the story among professors of engineering when one professor was challenged because the university teaches aeronautical engineers. And when they told the professor, your next flight is due tomorrow, and the plane was designed by your students, the professor said, I will go by train to board the plane, because we trust that we've given you what it takes. And that's why we didn't go look for designers, but the faculty of the built environment.
Supporting the ICT sector in Uganda. The telcos, you're doing such a great job. We want you to give back to us. The banks, you're doing such a great job. We want you to build sustainability through Uganda Martyrs University. The ministries, we want you to support the going forward. And I make a special appeal to the President of this country. Your Excellency, sir, we need your support in calling off this project. because this will lead to the legacy of your presence. By the honor given to me today, I launch
Thank you, our guest of honor, Ms. Gloria Vyamgisha, for launching our project. We are having signatures.
Yes, as we launch this, you can start sending in the money. So our Airtel merchant code is the following: 6041558. Airtel.
Ngo tulinda webala okukuuma obudde lwaleero ngo tulinda baba abange webale yakedde obedda ngo tulinda webala okukuuma obudde bantu bange abange yakedde obedda ngo tulinda webale okukuuma obudde lwaleero webale yakedde obedda ngo tulinda webale okukuuma obudde lwaleero Dembe, mama, bana ba Uganda, bana ba Uganda, tulina dembe, mama, bana ba Uganda, bana ba Uganda, dembe, mama, bana ba Uganda, bana ba Uganda, dembe, 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 bana ba Uganda, dembe, dembe, bana ba Uganda, dembe.
The Chancellor, Uganda Martyrs University offers academic award. Martyrs University offers academic awards ever during graduation ceremony. Okay, please come forward. Number ever during graduation ceremony. Okay, please come forward. Number Jessica. Dr. Mukungu Lukman, please come forward. Nakabu. Dr. Mukungu Lukman, please come forward. Nakabuye Hadi. Sarua Kusima Chaligonz.
Given to the best student with a distinction in Master of Public Health, Population and Reproductive Health. This academic year 2024-2025 award goes to this academic year 2024-2025 award goes to Dr. Mukungu Lukman. Thank you so much, Dr. Shimba and the minister's wife for the award. The first ever winner, I'm told. For the undergraduate awards, the Faculty of Agriculture Award worth 300,000 Uganda shillings is given to the best student with a first class in Bachelor of Science in Agriculture. This academic class in Bachelor of Science in Agriculture. This academic year, the award goes to Asaja Samuel with a CGPA of 4.6. Thank you. With an average of 65%. Second prize was Nanyange Kirabo Mildred, average 61%. Third prize worth $100. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Centenary Bank. Next is the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda Award. Please, the representatives step forward. Are you certain? Okay, thank you. The Human Rights Award worth $150, inclusive of a plaque, is given to the overall best final student in Bachelor of Arts in Local Governance and Human Rights. This academic year 2024-2025, the award goes to Njala Patrick with a CGPA of 3.88. Again, the principal, stay there. St. Matthias Mbuya Agriculture College award worth 200,000 Uganda shillings is given to the best diploma in crop production and farm management student on graduation. Thank you. Thank you. And finally, the Innovative Product Award, the VC will be the one I humbly request. Thank you, Vice Chancellor, and thank you, Sarua Kusima Chalgonza. And this marks the end of the awarding of academic prize students. Please, you can.
For coming with us. Thank you for being present. Thank you. With the regional FFU for Katonga, the commander of the FFU, the regional commander. Thank you for being with us. We want to recognize the presence of Mr. Nsubuga Emmanuel from the Dangote Cement PLC. Thank you. And the President Emeritus. Thank you. With us is Councillor Sobia Jovan, Dangote Cement PLC. Dear Council, thank you for being with us. With us is AIGP Francis Ruego. AIGP, wherever you're seated, we are glad you could be with us. The ICPAU team, I don't know where they are, but we are grateful that you were able to join. CBS Radio, thank you. BBS TV, thank you. Unu Radio, our own, thank you. And BB2 Media, thank you for being with us. Now back to the program. Your Lordship, invite the academic registrar to preside over the conferring.
The Deputy Vice Chancellor has given out awards selectively. But as for me, generous as I am, I'm going to give kwa ujumla. Everybody is going to get. University to those whose names will be read. University to those whose names of the various faculties will read the names. But before that, dear graduates, and the director of the Directorate of Graduate Studies, Research and Enterprise will then read out a statement concerning your work. Accede onto the Chancellor's podium, kneel before him, hand to him your mortarboard for him to crown you. And you become a doctor. Dear Bishop Echiru, our doctors are not going to become signum visibile ignorantium invisibilis. For the master's graduates, when your program or course is mentioned,
strengthened to enhance households' financial decision-making, resilience, and overall quality of life. And food systems, I present to you Miss Pamela Mwikali. Potential as eco-friendly biopests, how land use change and increasing climate variability jointly affect agroecosystem on Nalena Guaten, funded The student researched women's entrepreneurship and participatory guarantee system for agroecology and sustainable food systems in Uganda. Basing on the key tenets of participatory agroecological business theory, this thesis espouses a holistic approach to the analysis of women's entrepreneurship and the participatory guarantee system for agroecology and sustainable food systems. The research was conducted in 7 districts of Uganda, that is Wakiso, Masaka, Bukoma, Nsimbi, Lecho, Tera, Kampala and Jinja. The methodology consisted of a multiple stage stratified sampling, which led to the selection of 310 organic farmers, women entrepreneurs and 15 organic consumers who were interviewed at the organic farmers market in Zambia. The findings showed that the majority have at least 3 crops that have been produced in the local climate for a long time, that 58.71% of organic farming done has medium integration. It is highlighted that seeds and animal genetics for organic farming are in major part 51.61% self by attitude, subjective norms and agency. In attitude, subjective norms and agency. In turn, these shaped gender differences in implementation. Beyond the psychosocial factors, adoption was also motivated by value. The psychosocial factors adoption was also motivated by values such as health.
Kungu Lukman, Sebanenya William, Masters of Medicine in Internal Medicine, Aglor, Kathbath, Bogere John Bosco and Sekali David. Masters of Medicine in Obstetrics and Gynecology.
Kwizera Gerald, Chambade Edward, Masaba Brian, Mukonyezi Francis, Namboze Flavia, Nantongo Prosi, Nanyonjo Faith, Onen Caesar, Oloya Abdu, Tumusime Godwin.
Master of Business Administration and Management, Abonyo Sarah, Aka Dennis, Akero Rosemary, Akero Stella, Achele Elizabeth L, Alinayitwe Rachel, Aluma Bernard, Aseli Rora, Atuhaire Enoch Howell, Atkunda Mary Immaculate, Justin, Musika Tom, Musubika Lydia, Nabunya Sylvia Atende, Nahamia Kashoki Nelson, Nakaketo Janet, Nachimuli Patra Bosco, Wafula Henry, Wampande Doreen Erina, Wegosasa Teddy.
In monitoring and evaluation, Master of Business and Administration, Master of Arts in Microfinance and Management, Master in E40 for Impact, Master of Business Administration of Uganda Martyrs University, to those persons whose names have been read.
Accompanied by that song.
To follow Jesus, I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back, no turning
Only choice, I grown up with the things I don't know. I mean more. Nine they move me, they lead me, they go. On God, mine is made up. Of course, no going back. Non-stop, on 240. You should go, put on me boot. Steady revving, wanted or two. Got eyes on the prize. Babala and he can't pull this. Snatch me from his hand. If I just know what me read, back on me. That's why I follow.
To follow Jesus, I have decided to follow Jesus.
Master of Science in Development Economics, Achidri Henry, Adinga Valentine, Ahimbisiwe Christine, Akwero Riri Rose, Karure Richard, Kamsime Maureen, Chizito Kasita Alvin, Wanche Slas, Kwizera Godi, Kalokwera Oti Matthew, Lokoya Dennis, Lukwasa Kreti, Mangusho Robert, Mawanda Fahad, Mbabas Rachel, Mohire Ara Felix, Nachiguri Divine Nachibuka, Ochan Morris Grains, Ogwal Alfred, Ola Andrew, Sagal Phillips, Achman, Seguya Abe and Zarango Damali.
Master of Education, Amuge Caroline, Anu Margaret, Apo Stella, Aria Coxton, Arina Itwe Rafael, Ationo Lilian, Bichachi Josephine, Binji Beatrice, Vira Christine, Chemutai Lucy, Eliyahu Michael, Enyaku Alangoi George, Ezama Godfrey, Gonza Susan, Ijala Johnson, Iwama Zakare Ojara, Kasami Emmanuel, Sian,
Abasi Prosi, Nambalirwa Deska, Nambalirwa Olive, Tipko, Awo Agnes, Tumweseje Wilson, Tumweseje Philip, Turinabo Mary, Turinawe Ananias, Turiamsima Rogers, Master of Science in Health Services Management, Asimwe Penina, Basima Rebecca Nalobega, Bishop-Borwa Aseleo,
Sengoli, Namugabi Reste, Napeyok Resta, Abitim,
Kiswiri Ashraf Menya, Lukia Laura, Mugisha Kelvin Papa, Muhumuza Kenneth, Mwesge Michael Lawrence, Nakafero Noelin Gloria, Nalusiba Victoria, Nasasira John, Naseje Uleria, Nasuna Agnes, Naziwa Rita Senyonga, Obela John Paul, Aaron.
Sebataka Pauline, Tugume Moses, Tresidie Coronario, Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, Buete
Maurice, Rizink Rose Philbert Rion, Senyonga Godfrey, Tuwape Paul Joel, Elizabeth, Iwutung Charity, Kabagambe Mubalaka, Iwutung Charity, Kabagambe Mubalaka, Kato Geoffrey, Robert, Mugasa Eric, Klaus, Opio Stefan, Kamugisha Derek.
By virtue of the law, by virtue of the authority entrusted to me,
Rish Robert Moro Jackson, Najemba Teddy, Nachintu Shamim, Namujuzman, Nabunyapis, Nabunyapis, Naguja Sophia, Najinda Airi Woodde Beatrice Wilson. Bachelors of Real Estate Management, Namboze Betty and Lubanga Kene Ivan Ochaya. Bachelors of Procurement and Supply Chain Management, Junior Ojala Dennis, Sebugele Robert, Junior Ojala Dennis, Sebugele Robert Stanley, Tinkamanyire Fiona and Walusimbi Paul Musaz.
Lukenge Wile, Lunyolo Jenny Patricia, Masiko Robert, Moite Fanuel Etapukan, Mufumu Gasta, Mugula Paul, Mukisa Emmanuel Waiswa, Mukiza Edward, Mukula John, Munu Daniel, Muzaki Jacqueline, Nabisaru Grace, Nabugonyi Nobreka, Nabu Kenya Lydia Ansiko, Nabulime Joweria, Nagawa Suzani, Nakalawa Aisha Chirabo, Nakalema Justin, Nakanwaji Alice Nora, Nakanwaji Sise, Nakato Teddy, Nachibira Fausta, Nachisasi Mile, Naku Rosemary, Nakuya Rebecca, Naruyobya Jacqueline, Namatovu Rachel, Nambuya Joyce, Namugabwe Agnes, Namugenyi Prose, Namunyala Joseph Wakom, Namutebi Naima, Nandawula Juliet, Nangaka Joseph, Nangede Esther, Nankunda Stella, Nasinza Isaac, Nakate Faith, Nasozi Jessica, Nasozi Mary Anthony, Natamanya Rose, Namawe Proscovia, Nawoti Jennifer, Naiga Proscovia, Naziwa Annette, Newumbe Irene, Newman Cosma, Nyadoi Theodora, Obonyo Geoffrey, Ochaya Priscilla, Ochenge James, Ochomu Johnson, Odema Geoffrey, Odongo George, Odwar Tony, Odiambo Douglas, Odiek Thomas, Oguma Daniel, Ogwal Johnson, Okelo Benedicto Obura, Okidi Patrick, Okoi Samson, Okumu Richard Peter, Olal Walter, Olupoti Richard Imo, Olwati Julius Ocheng, Opio Denish, Oriema Angelo, Otwao Charis, Savano Mary, Sherani Rose, Simiyu Juma, Sebulime Edwardi.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer the degrees of Bachelor of Arts with Education, Bachelor of Arts with Education, English Language and Literature, Bachelor of Early Childhood Development Education.
Cecilia, Nandutu Madina, Cecilia, Nandutu Madina, Nansubuga Irene, Nasirumbi Ruth, Natukunda Miriam, Naova Annette, Ndivaisa Juliet, Ndikiria Juliet, Nindikiria Juliet, Ninsima Janet, Tebano Carol, Nachitende Justin, Nachisaka Immaculate Letitia, Nachimba Ezra, Nalwanga Bra, Namatovu Sharon, Namazi Rosemary, Nambirige Winnie, Namuganga Ruth, Namuyombia Lydia, Nantandwe Claire, Nasolo Helen Martha, Nawakonyi Sylvia, Ojok Tom, Rasul bin Ibrahim Mukasa, Tukei Lucy. Bachelor of Science in Public Health. Ahewa Lina,
Mugenyi Jimmy, Mugisa Godfrey, Mugisa Vincent, Muchala Sisi, Mulumba Mathias Wamala, Mwaka Mulumba Mathias Wamala, Mwaka Gilbert, Nabiteja Evelyn Sechiwano, Nabwasi Esther, Nagawa Winnie, Nakaga Hadija, Nakato Aliyah, Nakato Grace, Nakidia Caroline, Nalugwa Jacqueline, Namagembe Daphne Mebo, Namusoke Olivia, Namanje Evelyn, Nansamba Valentine, Nanunji Lucy, Nasali Prosi, Noamani Derek, Nsimire Hajara Ajiri.
Health promotion omission. By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer the degrees of Bachelor of Public Health, Health Promotion of Uganda Martyrs University to those persons whose names have been read.
Bachelor of Science General, Abiji Irene. Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Ampaire Owen. Gara Augustine Lokudada, Nuwagira Norman, Owarugaba Mark Sheridan. Bachelor of Science in Economics and Statistics, Angom Seraphine Kasibante Alosius, Ken Patrick Alex, Nawema Dorin Ulita, Nanzala Sharon, Rombay Noe Yang. Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, Abeja Angela, Ansingwire Robert, Dennis Harrison Mujuzi, Farumba Tony, Juko Derek, Mugisha Brian Kainamura, Kasozi Paul, Kiza Regina, Kusima Sarwanda Charigonza, Malongo Justin, Maiga Paul, Mugabi Derek, Muchibi Deus, Mulindwa Daniel Rubogo, Musasizi Isaac Mohozi, Nakaiwa Sarah, Nachejwe Christine, Namanda Assumpta, Namugenyi Subi Caroline, Nansuga Sharifa, Nasoro Rita, Ngobi Alex, Nsubuga Chaz, Olege Daniel Komboni, Ongom Eric, Sande Deborah, Sabichu William, Sekasavu Bernard, Semakura Reagan, Sempija Simon Peter, Sevume Arafat, and Wanyana Jessica.
Bachelor of Environmental Design, Ainom Gisha Charlotte, Azola Hilary Cray, Katumwa Glenn, Muwanguzi Stefan, Nakazi Solome Julian, Nakure Pacific, Ajira Reinhard, Alessi Adam, Ampire Mark Ryan Kamgisha, Kamagaju Serena Paul, Kansime Angelina, Nachaja Ansupta, Nanyange Chirabo Mildred, Ogwal Amos, Rothomio Daniel.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer the degrees of Bachelor of Science General, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Bachelor of Science in Economics and Statistics, Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, and Bachelor of Environmental Design of Uganda Martyrs University to those persons whose names have been read.
Bachelor of Journalism and Mass Communication. Alinda Rumari Thomas, Byamukama Rogers, Kazibwami Boni, Chikonyogo Tone, Makanga Julius, Mukazi Doreen, Nachimuli Angela Julia, and Nachintu Fiona. Bachelor of Arts in Democracy and Development Studies. Adong Josephine, Akero Stella, Amina Joyce Matthew, Amori Amos, Aikoru Betty, Baguma Sande Joseph, Chirungana Faizo, Najake Annette, Ochan Peterson Lomongin, Ojoko Dennis Walter, Okot Kenneth, Taban Ronald Setimo, Wasajajuko William. Bachelor of Arts in Fashion and Textile Design. Dumba Joseph and Nanyonga Justin.
Bachelor of Arts in Local Governance and Human Rights. Byaruhanga Frank, Rote Benedict Angorele, Mwetise Asaf, Njara Patrick, No Basonugo Hussein Isa. Bachelor of Arts in Public Administration and Management. Akech Kezia Arupa Florence Ikara, Ataliwanda Isahaka, Chebet Fiona, Ebuk James, Ngobja Rubega Stephen, Ongom Nicholas, Waiswa Philip, Were Matthew.
Bachelor of Social Work and Social Administration. Ainomugisha Faith, Arinitwe Vivian Asha, Anengarach Selisa, Ayo Mary Daisy, Babichire Eva Ruth, Birungi Joseph, Faima Sika Duku, Chibira Emmanuel, Mugerwa Hamuza, Mugisha Crescent, Muhindo Benadi, Muwanguzi David, Nabongo Caroline, Nakago Areni Kwagala, Nachiseka Brenda Peace, Nachitende Stella, Namudu Flavia, Nankunda Aleni, Nantongo Kevin, Nantsara Maxine Doris, Natwera Ruth, Nguna Lydia Esther, Ninsima Faith, Nsubuga William, Odoi Valentino, Opio Emmanuel, Oyuku Andrew, Sarah Joan, and Zahara Palma Edwin.
We are about to announce where you will receive your documents from. In either way, you will have yourself to blame.
Bachelor of Social Development and Counseling. Kamasko Kirinimak, Keihangwe Lydia, Komagum Eriki, and Wanji Sudi.
Bachelor of Arts in International Relations and Diplomacy. Ahabre Johnson, Atugonza Joel Timothy, Benedict Sam James.
Bachelor of Community Mental Health Psychology. Kobusinge Rose and Namatovu Victoria. Bachelor of Science in Counseling Psychology. Akampurira Edgarida, Ayupo Immaculate, Kakuru Lois, and Tuhumwire Jonas.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer the degrees of Bachelor of Journalism and Mass Communication, Bachelor of Arts in Democracy and Development Studies, Bachelor of Arts in Fashion and Textile Design, Bachelor of Arts in Local Governance and Human Rights, Bachelor of Arts in Social Work and Bachelor of Arts in Public Administration and Management, Bachelor of Arts in Social Work and Social Administration, Bachelor of Social Development and Counseling, Bachelor of International Relations and Diplomacy, Bachelor of Community Mental Health Counseling, Psychology, and Bachelor of Science in Counseling, Psychology of Uganda Martyrs University, to those persons whose names have been read.
Diploma in Animal Production and Farm Management. Akankwasa Samuel, Aboka Noel, Acheng Gladys, Akulu Joan, Apio Fiona, Atwijuche D. Precious, Ayebale McLean, Bakachi Joel, Bakashaba Andrew, Buyinza Lubega Samuel, Eriko Walter, Kalega Patrick, Kasekende Lawrence Travis, Kasule Stephen, Kauta Edith Claire, Kilunda Andrew, Kukumba Salim, Lubega Akim, Matovu Fahad, Mayanja Martin, Mayinja Sebastian, Musakliza John, Nakawojwa Dora, Nambi Jennifer, Namlema Divine Mercy, Namlumbi Joyce Sheira, Nashemeza Allen, Nansuga Prosi, Nasasira Brian, Nkata Aresias, Nyakacho Mary, Odong Patrick Oren, Ongerot Isaac, Ogwanga Dickens, Osire John Charles, Otema Alfred, Otim Stephen Innocent, Sempongo Robert, Talemwa Sesh, Tuliahebwa Julius, Waswa Samuel. Diploma in Crop Production and Farm Management. Kategaya Moses, Abira Daniel Owini, Odong Julian, Akena Emmanuel, Alila Rebecca, Ahmed Samuel Okidi, Anyango Monica, Atmango Charles, Charity, Bakenga Alex, Balisima Donna, Bira Lois, Biriom Misho Kerea, Biwinjeri Patience, Chemutai Bismarck, Inyario Gabriel, Isingoma Daniel, Kapero Dorin, Katushabe Rachel, Kayanja Richard, Chigundu Hamim, Chengera Joel, Lakika Scovia, Lubiai Lawrence, Maneno Joyce, Matama Diana, Mary Rogers, Muhindo David, Mulumba Joseph Anthony, Munaki Florence, Mutiaba Godfrey, Muwange Eddie, Naguja Sarah, Naroga Marion, Namaganda Immaculate, Namanya Brian, Nandagano Margaret, Nasasira Emmanuel, Nsibambi George William, Nturanabo Peter, Obua Jacob, Odiek Daniel, Olao Nixon, Olum Patrick, Olupot Robert Okling, Sebandeke Peter, Sebuyila Joseph, Senkindu Ronald, Todo Brian, Tuliasima John Francis, Tunomhanji Felix, Tuonjire Kose, Waligo Frank. Diploma in Agriculture Economics and Agrobusiness Management, Mahad Swaib.
A diploma in Business Administration, Kababito Brenda, Kaziwe Aksham, Kushemerera Margaret, Mulungi Albert, Nabatelega Proscovia, Nakamate Fiona, Namukasa Gloria Everine, and Owomugisha Kenneth. Diploma in Microfinance, Bukirwa Honest, and Makomi Ambrose.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I award the diplomas in Animal Production and Farm Management, Crop Production and Farm Management, Agricultural Economics and Agribusiness Management, Business Administration and Management, and Micro.
Bali Mugulira Abdallah, Balina Godfrey, Baluka Doreen, Bandun John, Banura Lillian, Bareche Musinguzi Daughter, Basawa George, Basemela Jalia, Birunji Edgar, Birunji Sarah, Bonabana Maria Goretti, Bukenya Herbert, Bushemere Apolonia, Buyinza Kefa, Buyinza Po, Biamukama Edison, Bionavie Lilian, Biongeraho Scholar, Chebet Scovia, Cherop Immaculate, Cherotich Tifa, Chubahiro Martin, Dribal Joshua, a Doc Samuel, a Young Doreen Alice, a Joy Doreen Dennis, a Kel John Patrick, a Kiru Amos, a Chancey Mille Fiona, a Riba Paul Dixon, a Lula Ivan, a Mona Dixon, a Mset Christopher, a Ngatu Emmanuel, a Ronnie Joffrey, a Tubera Joyce, a Zeri Juliet, Haijakubane Hester, Hakuza Peter, Ikrol Topista, Ikrat John Peter, Iravizi Gisera, Iracha Evelyn, Jamuge Tadeo, Juko Jackson, Juma Misach Okoch, Carter Kenneth, Kabagungu Maureen, Kabalimu Rosette, Kabarwani Grace, Kabasani Yosinta, Kabasaiji Rachel, Kabasinguzi Irene, Kabatesi Goretti, Kabazire Vitaris, Kabazira Proscovia, Kabuho Sylvia, Kaidu Justin, Kainja Bernard Fred, Kajura Felix, Kakoza Andrew, Kalenda Scovia, Kamukama Maureen, Kamia Richard, Kanya Erisama, Kapule Edward, Kasiri Aida, Kataha Christopher, Kataike Susan, Katamba Ibrahim, Katongole Gilbert, Katongole Joseph, Katono Herbert, Katulinde Dolika, Katsabe Adinan, Katusime Gloria, Katusime Gracious, Katwa, Maseye Wilbrud, Masowali Alex, Mawa Jonathan, Mbabazi Monica, Mbabazi Zainabu, Mbala Ivan, Menya Susan, Mirembe Angela, Mirembe Irene, Moriku Gloria, Mpaire Gerard, Mpaire Violet, Mubanjizi John Bosco, Mubiru Nabire Desiranta, Nabire Desiranta, Nabire Maureen, Nabukenya Caroline Maureen, Nabukenya Caroline, Nabule Sarah, Nabulo Sarah, Nabulo Aida, Nabutiti Annette, Nabuma Uganda Shamira, Nachirunda Maria Teddy, Uganda Shamira, Nachirunda Maria Teddy, Nakiria Florence, Nachito Sise, Nalube Fiona, Naluba wa Joanita, Naluba Mashamira, Nalukwago Topista, Nalukwago Dorothy, Nalukwata Stella, Nalule Stella, Namaganda Farida, Namagembe Rosemary, Namaja Stella, Namale Daffin, Namande Rose, Namale Daffin, Namande Rose, Namara Sarah, Namatov Jane, Namatov Lydia, Jameri, Nambaira Irene Jameri, Nambaira Irene, Nambazira Nasab, Nambin, Nambazira Nasab, Nambi, Rachel, Namonombi, Rachel, Namono Esther, Namono Joyce, Namudu Lydia, Namugumia Justin, Namuhenge Apofia, Namuhenge Apofia, Namukasa Sarah, Namukasa Sarah, Namukisa Violet, Namukumbe Donna, Ngabirano Frank, Ngabire Fiona, Ngotowa Fiona, Ngotowa Wilson, Nimusima Gifty Wilson, Nimusima Gifty, Nirinjimana Julius, Niwandi Julius, Niwandi Nda Kranima, Nachimoli Maria Sam, Okum Kenneth, Oluka Raymond, Oluov Tibahirwe Sylvia, Tumuramie Christine, Tumusime Beatrice, Tumusime Rosemary, Tumusime Asaf, Turiamuhaki Jovan, Tusime Doreen, Tusime Edwig, Tusime Monica, Tusubira Maureen, Tuisabe Pamela, Twebaze Nayebale Caroline, Twebaze Victor, Twesije Felesta, Twikirize Jennifer, Twina Masco Hilda, Wako Joseph Bruno, Wafutu Wilson, Waigulo David, Wakibi Nuhu Balitamuto, Weko Richard, Wamala Julius, Wambi Wilson, Wamimbi Ivan, Aida
Dennis Tegek, Oscar, Mayanja Peter, Mawanda Dixon, Mobiru Ibrahim, Nakakivi Sylvia, Nantongo Immaculate, Tumusime Diploma in Information Technology, Ahereza Ivan, Amanyire Joshua Muhinda, Atuhura Charity, Bali Baseka Murumba Moses, Murungi Daniel, Musabe Nicholas Kagoro, Mutembwa Charles, Nakalema Maidrid, Namkasa Maria Gloria, Ogwanga Francis, Rukundo Francis, Sebata Nicholas, Walugembe Patrick, Ogaga Rashid, Veronica Fancy Afoyo Mungo.
Diploma in Health Services Management, Angela Francis Lokotoli. Diploma in Counseling Psychology, Atukwatse Judith, Irumba Festo, Munyambabazi Morris, Murwani Abdul, Namara Sandra, Niwagawa Shaban, Tumuimbise Julian.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I award the diplomas in Civil Engineering, Electrical Engineering, Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering, computer science and information technology, health services management, and counseling psychology of Uganda Martyrs University.
Certificate in early childhood development. Acheng Immaculate, Agote Lilian, Amutwahire Joan, Asaba Goreti, Ayebazibwe Franklin, Ayebazibwe Fina, Dufite Mildred, Erumbi Judith, Hasasha Rebecca Edith, Iraja Innocent, Emily, Chisache Zakia, Chiakungelo, Barasa Simon Peter, Bisegera Savio Joseph, Bianguye Timothy Simbwa, Ezra Kamaruddin Muhammad Yasin, Kalembe Martha Florence, Kasozi Patrick, Kato Elijah, Chirabo Kabrin Elizabeth, Kisache Doreen Kabanda, Kisache Maria Sumpta, Kisambira Asha Yasin, Kisolo Kulvat Emmanuel. Certificate early childhood development. Nachuwala Scovia, Nakuya Whitney, Nachanzi Reste, Nachanzi Sauda, Nachejwe Caroline, Nachonyi Susan, Nalugo Annette, Nalugwa Robina Hope, Nakayenzi Doreen, Nalumans Gertrude, Naluwoza Sharifa, Naluwanga Bridget, Naamala Nina, Namanda Irene, Namatovu Alice Chirabo, Namatovu Christine, Namilembe Grace, Namugenyi Christine, Namugera Kevin, Namugerwa Lydia, Namuga Josephine, Namusamia Fiona, Namutosi Mire, Namuonge Zainab, Nandago Asumpta, Nanduga Juliana, Nanjula Josephine, Nankunda Divine Mase, Nancha Shibat, Nansamba Rachel, Nansa Simai, Nansubuga Zahara, Nantale Jocelyn, Nantumbwe Juliet, Nanyonga Caroline Kazibwe, Nanziri Annette, Nasali Evelyn, Nasiwa Annette, Nasolo Mary, Natkunda Deborah, Nawanji Joan, Naiga Martha, Naziwa Annette, Ndagire Shamim, Newenyesiga Elizabeth, Nshemerirwe Agnes, Ntegeka Beatrice, Nyapendi Elizabeth, Nyiramijisha Margaret, Ojiangole Jonathan, Opio Solomon, Oyo Walter. Higher Education Certificate. Toliba Zahara, Torach Brian Rothwell, Wasemba Kayinza Esther.
Certificate in Information Technology, Kansime Paula.
Certificate in Medical Records and Informatics Management, Tumuimbise Trust, Ndiamuhake Lilian. Certificate in Child and Adolescent Counseling, Karungi Christian, Nsemere Dorian.
And so, by virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I award the following certificates: certificate in agriculture, certificate in counseling, certificate in early childhood development, higher education access certificate, certificate in information technology, certificate in medical records and informatics management, certificate in medical records management, and the certificate in child and adolescent counseling of Uganda Martyrs University to those persons whose names have been read.
Hey, the DFC. Thank you so much, the academic registrar and the entire team of the deans for doing a wonderful job. It is a job well done. I think they deserve a big round of applause. Yes, it's an exciting moment. Dear graduates, those of you who might still be taking pictures, you could please come back a little. We still need you. And those who are with us, thank you for staying with us, of course. I have a couple of announcements, and then we will go to the closing item of the day. There is a small girl aged 4 years, Henriana Annunciata, dressed in a blue flowery dress. Her mother cannot find her. Please, if you come across a 4-year-old girl dressed in a blue flowery dress by the names Henriana Annunciata, please come and contact us. The mother is worried. In the same vein, Ahebwa Robert from Karambi, Fort Portal. We are told you are one of the graduates of today. Your daughter is looking for you. So please come over and pick your daughter. Thank you. Another announcement is from the alumni. So the alumni of 2025, the different cohorts are cordially invited to come and celebrate their milestones and attend the Outstanding Alumni Awards dinner scheduled for 1st November at Grand Imperial Hotel. Please don't miss. Today we've been privileged to be with a number of guests. Would like to acknowledge and appreciate the presence of the RDC, Resident District Commissioner Kiruhura District, RDC William Chinyamatama. Thank you for being with us. We want to recognize and appreciate the presence of the Ekao Masaka District Local Government, together with your wife, Kabugo Dennis Paul. Thank you for being with us. Would like to recognize and appreciate the presence of the Director of Ernest Cook University, Dr. Matovu Stephen Zed. Thank you for being with us. We've been honored with the presence of Grace Nyaka Huma, the Academic Registrar, Mountains of the Moon University. Thank you for being with us. From DFCU, we've been honored with the presence of Henry Sengendo and Brian Katamba. Thank you from DFCU. Thank you, DFCU, for being with us. From Centenary Bank, we've been honored with the presence of Mrs. Sauda Kajogi, who is the manager, Centenary Bank. Thank you. Still from DFCU Bank, Mr. Charles Mudiwa, the Chief Executive Officer, has been with us. Miss Kate K. Kiza, the Executive Director, also the Chief Corporate and Institutional Banking Officer. Thank you for being with us.
Chancellor, to present this token of appreciation to our guest of honor for the marvelous presentation, but also for loving Umu as an alumna, and we look forward to further collaboration with you. And it reads, Appreciation Award, presented to the guest of honor on the occasion of the 31st graduation ceremony of Uganda Martyrs University, 18th of October 2025. In virtue and wisdom, lead the world. Mrs. Gloria Evelyn Byamgisha, Group Chief Human Resources Officer, Dangote. There are many goodies I see in here as well.
Just final words of appreciation. Allow me to thank our guest of honor once again, Madame Gloria Evelyn Byamgisha, for honoring Uganda Martyrs University with your presence and for your stirring and visionary address today. Very unforgettable. Thank you very much. And for your generosity. We would like to thank the Chancellor, the Right Reverend Joseph Anthony Zua, for the wonderful service you have done today for Uganda Martyrs University as our Chancellor. Thank you very much. We want to thank the Chairman of the Council, the Right Reverend Joseph Echiru, for being here today and for having led yesterday's Mass at the eve of the graduation. We want to thank and welcome once again His Grace Lambert Benyinomugisha, Archbishop of Mbarara. You are most welcome and thank you very much for your time with us here. Bishop Vincent Kirabo, thank you very much for honoring Uganda Martyrs University. And to the graduates, congratulations once again. To our staff, thank you so much. The academic, the administrative, and the support. Today's success is the fruit of dedication of all of us together. But I want to pay a special salute to our administrators and the registry team. Your tireless service cannot go unnoticed. These are people who work behind doors, behind walls, and we don't see what they do, but it has been immense, and we want to say thank you to them in public. To the media houses, thank you once again for making this celebration go beyond the walls of Uganda Martyrs University. Our security personnel, we appreciate very much your presence here, and we don't take your work for granted. We are truly grateful. To all the graduation subcommittees, we want to say thank you for the coordination, the cooperation throughout service providers. Thanks for you, the sound team. Thank you for precision. Also a member of the council, so this was really, so we are very, very happy to have you here today. And then that followed by the management, the professors, the deans, and the lecturers. And then that followed by the management, the professors, the deans, and the lecturers. And then we shall stop in front of the administration block for a group photograph. Some important announcements I'm sure that the graduates have been waiting for. That will come last. I just want to say the VIPs, the bishops, the council members, the management, the CEOs, campus directors, deans, and religious superiors. You have your lunch in the main boardroom and the square next to the boardroom. Then VIPs, staff, and Umusu leaders will have your lunch at the low block. And then the volunteers, the student volunteers, thank you very much for your time and for your dedication. So the at the cafeteria, our cafeteria. Faculty of Science, you go to room 11 and you will find there the administrator Lillian. The Faculty of the Built Environment, you go to the 4B offices and Priscilla is waiting. Invite the Chancellor to dissolve the 31st congregation. After that, we shall play the anthems in reverse order, starting with